In this video, I'm testing 5 different toe warmers in real-life condition during a November city trip. We will cover all typical tourist activities, walking through the city, visiting museums, standing still during a guided tour, and riding with a bus. To track their performance, I'm using thermocouples sandwiched between my socks and the toe warmer to monitor temperature. First, I measure the baseline without warmers. My toes start feeling cold between 24 and 25 degrees Celsius, neutral around 27-28 degrees, and above 30 degrees I feel normally okay and warm. I'm wearing merino socks and watertight hiking boots for this test. I will keep the warmers on until I stop feeling any heat at all. Now let's take a look at the temperature graph. In general, most toe warmers raise the temperature by a few degrees compared to the baseline. But I have to admit the experience was underwhelming. I could barely feel any noticeable warmth. Two warmers, TerraTherm and TerraPad, gave a bit more heat, but still it wasn't enough to feel truly warm, especially when I was standing still. In terms of duration, most of them reliably last for at least 4 hours. TerraTherm and Rodaf lasted even longer, almost reaching their claimed 8 hours. But do you see these spikes on the graph? Sometimes the warmers became much warmer. This happened during longer walks or when I removed my shoes briefly, like on the bus to check the warmers. This gave me a hypothesis. When I am standing with my full weight pressing down, airflow might be restricted, preventing the oxidation reaction that generates heat. To test this idea, I placed one warmer on top of my toes instead of underneath. I tracked both temperature on top and below in the same graph, and the difference was significant. The top warmer produced noticeably more heat, and I also could feel it very nicely on my toes. So, what did I learn about using toe warmer on a city trip? Here are my key takeaways. Toe warmers need sufficient walking and moving to keep working. If they start cooling down, briefly removing your foot from the shoe to allow more air can help reactivate them. In terms of reactivation, this is actually known, as many brands recommend packing unused toe warmer in a tight bag to preserve them and to reactivate them later when needed. Placing a warmer on top of your toes, but still over your sock, does improve the heat output. But be careful with this approach. The skin on top of your toes is more sensitive, and the warmer could feel too hot or even cause discomfort. Overall, toe warmer can work really good, but they might not be as effective in all situations. It depends on the brand, the shoe you are wearing, the weather, and your activity. What's your experience with toe warmer? Let me know in the comment below. And if you are still cold, check out my other videos. Stay warm and goodbye.